Hey there, Gemini Sun, Gemini Moon, Gemini Rising. Welcome to your mid-month of July success reading. It's really interesting. You have the card of the artist. That's Venus energy. Venus is currently in a very creative energy space of Leo. Air feeds fire. And I just did the Sagittarius reading, and they had the visionary. And so this is like, yours says, I create my vision. And I think there's all this support around you to really get in there, to really create what it is that you want. And how do you create your vision? Well, we're going to get into that. But I think this has a lot to do with how you're communicating things. So your ruling sign of Mercury is currently in Leo and is working with that Venus there who's doing her retrograde. The sun's about to move in there within by the end of the week here. And so that'll be 3 of the personal planets in this really high octane, right, energy of fire sign of Leo to create something. And so what you want to create becomes super important. We have here overall energy is news worth celebrating, announcements, big things going on, timing with friends. It's the 3 of summer, the 3 of cups. So what unlocks our creative energy? Also, we have the North Node just backed into Aries. I'm recording this in the light of the new moon in Cancer, which is this cups energy here, this emotional energy. So there's a lot of satisfaction and joy that comes from it. But with that North Node moving into Aries and Chiron stationing retrograde this week, and going back over, it is about remembering and finding that inner child within and tapping into this. And so when I was struggling at one point in my life, I was really suffering with, just no enthusiasm, no excitement. And Spirit kept saying, create, 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 which is what I'm getting here for you. Like, I create my visions. Create, create, create. And I was so irritated one day. I go, create what? And they go, create anything. I'm like, create anything? So, creating anything, it doesn't mean that you have to be an artist. It could be a website. It could be organizing the books on the bookshelf in alphabetical order. It can be, creating order out of chaos. We've got Mars that is in Virgo right now, and that is also a Mercury-ruled planet. And he's all about let's get things organized, let's get things figured out. And so this I create my visions. There's a very practical energy that comes from it, but it comes from the energy of passion. You are trying to figure out what that is. All right. It's almost as though you are worried. Like, I know I'm supposed to do something. I know I'm supposed to create. But you're stuck in your head and it's got you up in the middle of the night and you're thinking about something. So, if you're awake in the middle of the night and you got a problem, an issue, a concern, something that keeps rolling around in your brain, go ahead and turn on the light and journal on it. If it's something you got to do, it's a list of things you have to do, write the list. Get it off of your mind and onto paper so that you can rest. Because physical body needs rest. All right. All right, Gemini. So the North Node went through your sign 3 years ago. 3 to 2 to 1.5 years ago. It was in your sign. And then it spent this integration period in Taurus. Now it's into Aries. Now you went through the integration to the planting of the seeds. And I know you feel the pressure to do it. I create my vision. I'm supposed to be creating something. I'm supposed to be planting seeds. We got this major 3 in a row, and your Gemini moon was one of them. The Taurus new moon, the Gemini new moon, and the Cancer new moon, setting up this long cycle that takes us through the end of the decade. And so there's a lot of pressure. right? I feel the pressure too. I'm Cancer, and I feel the pressure because of this long moon. I feel the pressure to initiate, to plant the seeds, to get something going, right? And there is this, what do I do? What do I manifest? What do I create energy going on here? In the area of where you're seeking knowledge and information, we have the Queen of Autumn, the Queen of Pentacles. The how do I be practical and respect what I want to do, and the ability to make anything beautiful. And meeting somebody that could make your dreams come true, which, so for some of you, you're like, I just want to meet somebody. Or how do I meet that right person? And the way we meet the right person is by really loving ourselves and our life as it is, because then the other person fits seamlessly into it. It doesn't mean they're exactly the same, or they certainly don't complete us. Okay? No Jerry Maguire crap going on here. You don't need anyone to complete you. You're whole and complete unto yourself. And when you're in a really good relationship, you may balance each other out. You give each other something that maybe you can't provide for yourself, as far as new topics or new things to be interested in, or new opportunities to go see, do whatever, right? It's companionship. It's fulfilling in that way. But it is not that you're not good enough on your own. You're just fine. When you're really fine on your own, then you meet people who are also fine on their own, and they're not constantly leaning into you and needing your time and attention in order to feel good about themselves. It doesn't mean they don't need your time and attention. That means they don't need it in order to feel good about themselves, to justify their existence in the world, and you don't need someone to justify your existence in the world. That you are just perfect as an individual, and together you create synergy. So that's when two great things come together. So it's a Reese's peanut butter cup, right? Peanut butter is awesome, chocolate is awesome, but together, oh my God, right? It's that energy. And so that's what we should be seeking. I don't think for you that this is so much. This is some kind of something that excites you in that way. And it could be, it's an emotional satisfaction thing that's going on here. It could be, though, a creative project. A new business you want to, this is something that really you want to nurture and grow, and there's a confusion within you, a worry that you can't, maybe it hasn't worked out in the past, maybe you've rushed in too fast before, and now you want to slow things down and let's make it in balance. I see all of this stuff in here. So let's get into what I'm seeing. I've seen this, I want to nurture things, you're seeking this, and the struggle is the Empress. And to me, the Queen of Pentacles is the mini Empress. Right? They're both this nurturing, creative, earth grounded. Let's manifest something that's protected. Let's nurture it. Let's bring it along. And this is the challenge. And you're trying to get the information on how to overcome this challenge, how to nurture something and bring it along. And it does seem to have an emotional component to it. And the thing that drains your energy here is this Knight of Wands. It's either a lack of confidence. It's a feeling of restlessness. It's jumping into something, feeling really passionate and excited about it, and having to flame out on you, right? Because Gemini, you get bored easily in life, so you need something, and there's nothing wrong with that. That is just a statement of fact, right? You have a lot of curiosity. You need to be mentally engaged in something, right? And so, for some people, they'll choose to try to do that in a relationship. But I think that with you, it's about taking a class online or a weekend seminar, something that sparks your imagination again, that lights you up, that helps you to feel engaged again. Because you have here the crown games, right use of power. This is mental energy. How do you use your mental capacity in a way that really serves you and doesn't have you up at night worrying about resources or where you are in life or what's not happening and what's not coming around? It's those thoughts that spin around and around in your head, and I don't have to tell you what those are because you already know, because they happen to you all the time. How do you use your ability to be curious about things, to explore things in a way that is very productive and produces things for you? And so, perhaps you need the kind of career where you do so maybe you, like, This is why you often find Geminis in these kinds of jobs. They will be in the kind of jobs where they're doing forensic analysis of accounting, right? Because they go in to figure out what happened, where went it, right? You'll see that. You'll see them doing forensic accounting of insurance programs or whatever. Like they go in, they'll do the actuaries, right? They'll do stuff like that. They'll do the sales where they meet different people every day and they get to interact and it's the same position, but there's some element about it that allows them to explore something different every day. This is the creative energy of developing a new protocol for something or a new way of organizing something, or there's this ability to communicate and to explore at the same time, but not have to every day go in and do the same freaking thing over and over again. And I understand that. My Gemini is in my 6th house of my day-to-day activities. I cannot do the same thing every day. I can't. It makes me crazy. And so I've never had a job that's done that. I've had a job that challenges me every day in something new. And even if it's the same location, there's always something different about it. I need that. You need that. But you need it in a very mentally stimulating way. And so your resources will you will benefit yourself by figuring out how to do this. So maybe you can't change your job and that's the way it is. This is why you create your vision. Well, what do you want to do with your downtime? And so this is where you do something like you go to a museum, so you get something, you make space in your life to explore new ideas, other people's visions, create your own and bring it forward in some way. And so, but for you, also, gosh, web design would be something, right? And then it's not going to be for everybody, but web design has those components, right? You go in, you create something, it's challenging, but it uses your mind, you work it all out, and then you move on to the next project. It's that kind of thing. So it's a necessary component to what makes you feel satisfied and in balance. So the right use of your power. I do want to caution you, when I see this with this, I worry about gossip. Because a lot of times when we're bored, well, what's going on in their life? And we live vicariously through other people's trials and tribulations. And we pass judgment over them. Well, at least I'm not living like that. I had a Gemini mom. And we used to laugh. Because she would say she wasn't a gossip, but she was. And she'd say, oh, hey, it's time to go, kids. Everybody get ready. So we would put our stuff in the car, and we would stay near the car. But we would keep playing because we knew we had at least another hour before they'd be out on the front porch, still talking. And we knew. We saw an hour. So there is something about the social interaction and how you communicate. Because right now, there's no planets in air signs, which makes communication kind of wanky. And you have Mars in the communication sign of Virgo that wants everything organized and orderly. And yet, it's kind of feisty and fiery. So I feel like when we have the card of the perfect storm showing up here, that there's a cautionary tale to come with this. Whatever changes you're looking to make, whatever will satisfy you, whatever will inspire you, and you want to step into, and you have options. You have options. Whatever this thing is, be very careful not to create drama around it. All right? So, what I love about this is it's number 44. It's a very angelic number. It's a raven, so it's magic. This raven is being struck by a lightning, but it looks like it's setting up a hurricane. So again, this is Uranus and Taurus almost getting ready to take. This will be Uranus when it moves into your sign for sure. It's not for a couple of years, but oof. The courage to step into life. There's a need for you to get off of the sidelines of your own life and go and explore things that interest you, that inspire you, that make you excited about your own personal life. The key to the situation, the Six of Autumns, the Six of Pentacles. The good you do comes back to you, an unexpected inflow of money, and borrowing wisely or repaying a debt. That's the key. So it could be that you're worried about money, and so how can you do something interesting and different that's not your daily work, but it's something else that inspires you and allows you to bring in extra financial money? That might be something. The Seven of Wands says to stand in the high ground. That's how you transform the situation. Got a lot of things coming at you, but it says be assertive and don't back down from what you believe, and courageously stand up for yourself. And you have the courage to step into your life. So there's a lot of things here that I'm getting, a lot of energy around how do I nurture and grow and create something? How do I stand up for what it is I want? How do I keep this all in balance? And in the heart space, you have all these options. You have another 7. But it says not to procrastinate. Do not procrastinate. Your power comes from making a decision. Confusion arises from overanalyzing the options. You have options. There's something here, and it's running through the scenarios. And basically what I'm hoping that you're getting here is that think about who you are. What do you need to stay engaged and excited and enthusiastic about life? Right? This 3 of Cups, this fun, this excitement. What do you need to do to bring that in? And so if on paper this option is, boy, I would make a lot of money doing this thing, but it's the same thing every day. You're just sitting there inputting the same thing every day. You're doing the same thing every day. And you know that you are going to be bored mindless. But maybe it's only 15 hours a week. Then maybe I can do this because it will give me time to do these other interesting things, right? So you're going to have to figure out what brings in the joy and the happiness, because the action to take is bringing in the joy and the happiness. It's the synergy. It's the peanut butter cup. So this is about making a serious commitment to someone or something. It is about forgiveness and the resolution of a problem. And this is not to give up. Don't give up on your dreams. Don't give up on the communication aspect. I think communication might be kind of difficult right now with people because there's no air signs helping us out. But there is a need to really connect from the heart space. You have opportunities. I'm telling you, you have opportunities. You have options and opportunities right now. So what resonates in the heart? What makes you feel like things are in balance? Where is it where you say, when I give, I receive? And it's in balance and I'm comfortable with it. Now, balance doesn't necessarily mean it's even Steven, right? It doesn't necessarily mean that. Sometimes it means I'm comfortable with the balance of things. I understand that in this area I give more, but I receive so much more over in this area. So again, it's like I can make a lot of money in 15 hours doing this crappy, stupid thing I don't like doing. But that allows me then to have another, what is that? I can't even do the math right now. 25 hours of a typical work week to do the things I want to do, to explore, to learn, to take a night course, to do whatever, right? And so you have opportunities. A stranger is about to change your life. This 2 of Cups, this opportunity is coming in. That's what it feels like. This feels like if you're open to receiving the divine feminine energy, the divine masculine opportunity comes in. And it gives you, and then it doesn't mean male or female. It means that's action, like something is being offered to you. Would you like this? Would you like this? But it matters. It matters whether or not it fits into your idea of what is success. Exciting times and plenty of action plans. A special family reunion looks likely. So some of you may be planning to travel soon, and then while you're traveling, like say you're going home for, somebody's getting married, or a class reunion, or whatever, and you run into somebody and they say, you know what, I was looking for someone with your skills to help me with this project. Don't be so quick to say no. right? Anchor into the Hermit energy, though. That's super interesting considering everything here. Find or be a mentor. I think you guys might be moving into this role of, some of you may be moving into the role of a consultant. Because you have the experience, you know stuff, you can lead and push other people, you work with them a little bit, and you move on to the next one. Or even if you work with a group, again, it's not the same thing every day, right? That helps. But research matters. That also helps. Knowledge and wisdom matters, right? These things all matter, and it brings it into balance. So, take a break from society, a commitment to your spiritual growth. So, a couple of things here. I feel like there's the duality, right? There feels like you're going to be connecting with people, but you need to take a step back and make some space for yourself. That's keeping things in balance. This is the practical manifestation of a very balanced life. 6 of autumn here. Mars in Virgo is 6 of autumn energy. And so this is in Mars's action that you take. And so it is about making time to do the things in your head and making time to have fun and finding the balance in between in order to create something. You need space. It can't all be about the social because there's something that's waiting to be birthed, right? The Empress wants to birth. The Queen of Pentacles wants to birth. You have an idea that wants to be birthed out there. Do you have the courage to go after it? Venus is in Leo right now, inspiring us to be very courageous toward our dreams. Wow. Okay. This 3 of Cups can be a problem. The gossiping, the conversations, be really careful that you are not what we put out comes back to us. So if you're talking crap about people, people are talking crap about you, guaranteed. You may not hear it, it doesn't mean it's not happening. Because there's always this balancing energy that's going on in the universe. Because you have to detoxify your friendships. There are people that are having a negative impact on your overall energy. Choose to be with people who are inspiring, who are generous and supportive. 6 of Pentacles, where things are in balance. 2 of Cups, where things are in balance. And be willing to be by yourself unless you find that kind of a situation. So sometimes you have to step back, catch your breath, and start over. And this one right here says exercise to increase your energy and manifestation abilities. So get out there, go for a walk without your headphones. Really listen to nature. Nature's got stuff to say too, right? Get out there and do that. The key to manifesting quickly is to have very high energy levels, and the easiest way to increase them is through physical activity. So maybe you join a line dancing group or some kind of a team activity, right? Maybe you do that, and then it's social and it's exercise. Maybe you join a softball league or a bowling league or something. Choose a fun and meaningful activity so that you'll look forward to exercising and it becomes its own reward. So get yourself, maybe this detoxifying is moving away from people who just want to sit on the phone and talk crap about people, and you go out and you find somebody that likes to play softball, and so then you're talking about the sport and the game, and it's a new energy, and it's something new and different, and it's something you get to be curious about. There's opportunities open to you, but there's a need for you to pull your energy and step back from some kind of a feels toxic and uncomfortable situation in order to allow yourself to create the vision of your life that you're really looking to create. These readings this week are not going in the direction I thought they would. I thought we were talking money. Not so far. And fourth sign I've done. Okay, so you guys take really good care of yourself. I'm on Facebook every day. We get into the astrology. We have a lot of planets getting ready to move retrograde. There's going to be a lot of reviewing going over the next 6 months for sure. Life reviewing for everybody. So come on, join us there. We're working with the Venus also as she does this retrograde, and I feel like she really benefits your sign and so where she's placed right now. So you may want to come and check that out. And then she'll be moving, before too long, she'll be up in Libra. And that when she comes home to Libra in about, what is that? She'll be there end of October, I think, November maybe. I think that as we wrap up the year, you start to really feel this energy of balance in relationships. And so that's something to keep in mind because that energy would trine yours, and she's about relationship balance there. So you're working toward that direction. So that's something to really keep in mind as you're moving forward here. This felt a lot like they're asking you to look at where can you clear things out? How can you clear things out to make space for what it is you really want and the vision of what your life is? And I know it took a long time for us to get there, but that's what I'm hearing right now. And so there you go. I am available I have opened up my book to private readings. That information is in the description box below. Thank you for being here. Thank you. What's the point of me sitting here talking to myself? Nothing. So thanks for sharing some time with me. Thanks for hitting the thumbs up. And you guys take good care, and I'll talk to you again next week.